In this video, our team will showcase our project on analyzing the accessibility of affordable housing units in Chicago to high-quality green spaces. We will discuss the motivation for this project, the data extraction and preparation process, and then we will demonstrate how to run and utilize the project's final product. Public parks and green spaces foster community, recreation, and well-being, and there is evidence they have an impact on long-term development of neighborhoods. Policymakers and urban planners have a responsibility to ensure that affordable housing residents have equal access to high-quality green spaces. This project creates an interactive dashboard with an accessibility index to evaluate green space access near affordable housing units in Chicago. By integrating housing, green spaces, and census tract spatial data with ratings data, our dashboard highlights areas with limited access to green spaces, informing equitable urban planning.
To develop this accessibility index and interactive dashboard, we utilized data from a number of sources. We retrieved locations of all affordable housing units in Chicago from the Chicago Department of Housing website. We extracted the spatial data on Chicago parks and green spaces from OpenStreetMap. We extracted census tract data from the American Community Survey. This data helps us contextualize green space accessibility for affordable housing units in relation to the surrounding community. Finally, we pulled user reviews on Chicago green spaces by utilizing the Yelp Business Search and Google Nearby Search APIs. To prepare this data for use in our index and visualization, we converted the Chicago housing data into a GeoPandas data frame, converted OpenStreetMap green space data into a GeoJSON file, and cleaned it by assigning default names to unnamed green spaces, merging intersecting polygons, and removing redundant polygons contained within others. We also combined Google and Yelp ratings data and cleaned it by removing duplicate green space ratings. Finally, we merged the U.S. Census Bureau tracts level data with the accessibility index.
After collecting and cleaning the data, we built our accessibility index. First, we matched reviews to the green space data using spatial analysis. Then, for each housing unit, we found all green spaces that are within about 10 to 12 minutes walking distance of each affordable housing. This is the basis of our index. We then scale this index by the size of the green space so that we can give more weight to larger green spaces. We then also incorporate the average green space rating, combining the Google and Yelp reviews. This index is then normalized on a scale of 0 to 100, with 100 being the highest quality housing units. By integrating our data on affordable housing units, green spaces, and census tracts to the accessibility index, we develop an interactive dashboard in Dash, which we will now demonstrate.
You'll need to open Visual Studio Code. Then you'll open the integrated terminal and type uvrun green spaces vs -housing cap. So there you'll have the URL that you need to copy and paste in your browser. And here you'll have the dashboard that we pulled for this project. You have here the project overview. You can see also the first tab, that is the housing data. You can interact with the map. Then you can see the Kepler map. Here, if you have trouble visualization this, you can open this app and then you'll have the option to select every layer that you want and to do zoom in at the same time that this is updated. And at the end, you'll see the tract level dashboard where you can select the variable that you want to visualize here and our green spaces accessibility index. You can then select, for example, the tracts that you want to analyze, and here you'll have the characteristics. If you double click here, you'll see everything again as rendered from the beginning. Thank you for watching.